Hey guys, real life Peter Griffin here. You know what really rattles my cage? I'm just playing with you. Hello everybody, it's your boy Jmulls of Jmulls Gaming here today with the McDonald's dollar menu of video ideas I've had recently. We don't have a script, we don't have bullet points, we're just going in quick and easy for this one because it's off the top of my head. And you know what I want to talk about today? I've been thinking about it. And honestly, a short I saw just a little while ago really sparked the inspiration for this video. Lord knows where that short is now, but it was of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 being modded at 60 FPS. And I saw animations I didn't even know were there. And I want to talk about my biggest problem with Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And honestly, it's more of a problem with Xenoblade Chronicles as a whole, and hell, if you wanted, you could extrapolate that to an issue I have across the industry, right? I personally hate the fact that Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 are console exclusives. Or just exclusives in general. Now, for a little bit of context, Xenoblade Chronicles is my favorite game franchise of all time. I adore every entry in the series, Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3. I even love Xenoblade Chronicles X. I just haven't beaten it yet. But every game does something well, and it iterates off the previous entries, tries to do better, tells incredible, engaging stories with these larger-than-life casts of characters. And they're meaningful, they're impactful, they're engaging. They're well-paced, they're fun, the world's breathtaking and gorgeous. They take your breath away. Combat is more methodical, slower paced than a lot of other action games, but methodical nonetheless. You're constantly thinking and planning your next move, and I find that fun and rewarding. Each new area you go to has something new to witness and behold that the previous ones hadn't. Every zone just seemingly is more beautiful than the last, and you don't need a large checklist of features or things to complete within it to want to explore it. You want to explore because these worlds are so engrossing and engaging that it just captivates you and pulls you in and sucks you in and makes you want to explore just to see what's over there, what's over that hill, what that item node could be. Go find this quest, maybe in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for instance, which will be the focus point for a lot of this video. Hey, maybe you go back to a cliff you couldn't have access to before, you go up it, oh, now you found a new hero, and he might turn into one of your favorite characters in the entire game, alongside one of your favorite class, because that was me with Full Metal Jaguar. The game manages to populate its world with a list of a few things, but those few things are interesting and engaging, they keep you hooked and gravitated. Honestly, 2022 was the year of RPG design in my opinion. I'm going to make a video about that later on, but Xenoblade 3 had pretty much everything I want and what I look for in an RPG. Engaging customization, an amazing world to explore, beautiful music, a story that just pulls you in and refuses to let go, great and diverse cast of characters, a wonderful theme and message, really fun and engaging gameplay, and it's all on an exclusive, and there's going to be so many people out there that don't have the chance to play it. Maybe they can't afford a Nintendo Switch. Maybe for whatever reason they dang well have, they just can't get one, or they don't want to buy a console just for one series, and honestly, that's understandable to me. I mean, look, this crap ain't cheap. Like, I get that. And I understand that you could make the argument, right, that the series only exists because Nintendo's publishing it, because the series has that money behind it so it can continue to grow, or at least be developed. But in my ideal world, the game would be on pretty much every system there could be. Because I don't like the idea of limiting the pool of games that someone has access to just because of what plastic box they got. Like, imagine someone only has like a PC or a PlayStation or an Xbox, but they love RPGs and they love JRPGs. And imagine if they played Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, or 3, maybe even X if you want to go back to a Wii U. Rest in peace, I'm trying to find one, but that's besides the point. And imagine it became their favorite series. All those good memories and moments that they could experience. But that they can't because it's only on one console. Now, I'm sure many of you watching this video probably own a Nintendo Switch. So let me make it a little bit more relatable for you. Persona. I love Persona. It's one of my favorite game series of all time. It's at least top 3. I love it to death. Well, I'm not sure if I would die for it, but you get my point. And for the longest time, it was a PlayStation exclusive. And when it went multi-platform, and when it's starting to go multi-platform right now, I think that's great. Because more people are going to be able to experience those games, those stories, those characters, those moments, that combat loop. It's fun, rewarding, and engaging. It's meaningful, it's memorable as well. And the fact that there's an entire population of people that own a Nintendo Switch but not a PlayStation, or a PC for like Persona, 4 Golden, that didn't have access to these incredible games but now do, or are going to, that makes me happy. Because more people are going to be able to experience the things that I love. These games that have meant so much to me, that I've had so much fun with, that I've played so many times. To me, when a game is able to be ported to another console, that's a net positive. So long as it's not like broken, right? Or like unplayable. And like, sure, I get it, not every console is built the same in terms of hardware. Some consoles are harder to port to or from than others. PS3 is notorious for this, just because of how the PS3 itself was designed, from what I hear. But when a port is able to be made possible, and is made possible and happens, so many more people are able to experience those stories and games that we love. And the same can be said for Xenoblade Chronicles. Because if I had the option, I'd probably play it on like a PlayStation or a PC or something. Because I don't really use the mobile feature of the Switch all that much. It's just not a thing I personally use all that much. But others do, and that's fine. They should be able to have access to that. But I would love a port of Xenoblade Chronicles on a more powerful device so I can get these 60 FPS experiences, these upscaled resolutions, or just higher resolutions. Because that's something that makes an experience more enjoyable for me personally. Given the opportunity or given the chance, I will always take 60 FPS because I value the gameplay experience that comes out of it. I value the more fluid motion, more interactive controls. Yeah, does Xenoblade need more interactive controls? Not necessarily, but I enjoy it. It comes down to a subjective thing for that. And I don't really talk about mods or like modded stuff on the channel all that much, just because it's not my like field of expertise or specialization or whatever. But I have seen on the internet the Xenoblade X mod that bumps it up to 4K 60 FPS. My god, that's all I'll say. Holy crap. When you think about how much Xenoblade Chronicles as a series overall is able to push out of these like Nintendo consoles, especially on the Switch, right? Xenoblade 3 and 2 and the Definitive Edition of 1, absolutely gorgeous games because they understand that graphical fidelity is not the end-all be-all. That art style and good use of lighting and colors can carry you a long freaking way to create a beautiful world, a captivating one that sucks you in and makes you enjoy it more. But God, if I could play that game at 60 FPS, I don't even need a graphics boost. You just give me 60 FPS and I'm freaking rolling. God, I'd play every game again. And I'm still in the process of playing them all over again. I played Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 this year. I've already played 2 multiple times before this, but I've played 2 twice this year. I'm on my second playthrough of 1 this year. And after 1, I go back to 3. And I'm in the process of a Xenoblade X playthrough. I would do it all again, just to see how gorgeous these animations are on 60 FPS, how gorgeous these locations could be. Imagine how much more animated the Titans in Xenoblade 2 could be. God, I just wonder what could be, right? And like, I'm sure it would be like difficult to achieve that. I'm not saying that it is, I'm just saying. I can recognize that there's a difficulty to fix the problem, but can also identify, hey, this is my preference. So for me, my biggest problem, my biggest complaint with Xenoblade Chronicles has always been the fact that it's a console exclusive. And I have this issue with a lot of other games, pretty much any other game that's a console exclusive. Because while some games kind of need that in order to get the funding they need to actually make the freaking game, like I get that, I just imagine how many more people would probably fall in love with this series, or pick up the series for the first time just to try it out and then fall in love with it, if the game was on more devices, or like more consoles, even PC, and just what could be achieved. Like I said, it's not even the graphical fidelity stuff, like that'd be a really cool benefit, but 60 FPS, like, even in like the 10-second clip I saw of Xenoblade 3 at 60 FPS, I saw movements and animations in greater detail than I knew was possible with Xenoblade 3. And especially just walking around the open world, it looks far more responsive and engaging. I mean, of course, not everyone prioritizes stuff like that, and that's fine. We all have our preferences. But I'm just saying that this should be an option for all of us. In an ideal position, right? Hell, for all I know, in the process of, like, porting Xenoblade 3, I don't know, Monolith could go bankrupt. I highly freaking doubt that, but for all I know, it could be a thing. So I'm not saying it's like something, oh, you gotta do this right now. I'm just saying, in an ideal world, if they had the chance and if they can, I'd say go for it. I would love to see it. Because to me, I never really got into these console wars unless I was like an early teenager and it was just fun against my friends and stuff like that. I never really got into the whole console war business crap, like console versus PC. My philosophy for the longest time has just been, if the games can get to as many platforms as possible, then more people will be able to experience the things that I love. And maybe they would be able to experience other games out there as well. God, I just think of the potential of Xenoblade. 1080p or like 1440, 60 FPS. Hell, even 144 FPS. Oh my god. Just imagine. God, imagine the lighting. No, like seriously, just think of Oriya with like HDR or something. Oh my god. Hell, I think I would spend half my playthroughs just staring at the world. Just walking through it. Just seeing how smooth everything is. How much more you could probably render on a screen at any given time. And I'm not saying you take away the Nintendo Switch part, that's stupid. You just give people the option to have a different experience, or to play these games on more devices. Because to me, whenever a game is able to be made multi-platform, or be ported over to another console, I view that as a victory. And I view that as a net positive for that series and for the industry. So I'm going to call the video there for the day. Hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below with, if you had the chance to play Xenoblade Chronicles on another device, or another console, another, a PC or something, hell, even mobile, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and hear your opinions. And what zone of any Xenoblade game would you most want to see with like updated lighting or graphics and higher FPS? For me, it's probably Oriya. I'm just thinking of the Sophronia trees and the lighting coming up from the the back of Oriya. Oh my god. So I'm going to call the video there for today. Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure for making the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.